What's good? We're getting goofy today. Anyway, the question is, how long does it take to gain 1 pound of muscle? And that's the question I'm gonna be answering today. Thanks to you guys on Snapchat that voted for it. Before we get into that though, I have some Musclefood packages in my boot in my car, so I need to get them out. Car needs a cleaning, shit. Alright, 1. Oh, and there's 2. Okay, as a packer of my Musclefood stuff, I'm going to talk you through the topic just to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Because I had a rough idea myself, but I wanted to like get obviously science behind it. So I'm going to try and link the websites I saw below that kind of back to what I'm saying as well. There was one that was like totally lies. It was like per week you can gain 1 pound of muscle, and it was bullshit. Basically, what they were calling muscle was just weight. Like, you know, when you're bulking, some people aim to gain 1 pound of weight per week. There's a difference between gaining 1 pound of weight and 1 pound of pure muscle. Weight includes fat, water, all sorts, you know what I mean? Whereas pure muscle is the lean mass on your body. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, your website knows nothing. You're not gaining 1 pound of muscle per week. Because in that theory, in 12 weeks, 3 months, you would have 12 pounds of lean muscle naturally. Fuck out of here. So yeah, that was not true. By the way, we are going to be going gym today. So whether I overlay some of the gym footage on the screen or I show you the end of the video, stick around because we are going to make some gains today. I think it's pull day. And I bought myself a weight belt as well. Yeah, wait there. Ugh. Those of you that follow my channel know that I had my back as an injury. And while it hasn't healed yet, I decided to get myself a proper weight belt just to kind of like limit the strain on my back, on my lower back, until it fully recuperates. Anyway, back into the video. Remembering the links below to like kind of back up what I'm saying if you want to go check out the sources, because you should never just blindly listen to anybody. I researched a few websites and they backed up what I was saying, and so yeah, I think I'm going to put probably like 2 links below just so you can check it out. On average, an average man, this is like an average training man, not one that's been lifting for years, can probably gain around 0.25 to half a pound of muscle per week. And that is if you like, if everything is on the most optimal ever, you know what I mean? That's like saying everything you're doing is on point, your diet, your training, your testosterone level. That's what it is on average for a man. For a woman, I think it's more like 0.12 to 0.25, around that kind of marker. This is all naturally, by the way, and there are cases where it may vary, like some may be above, some may be lower, but on average, if everything's optimal, that's kind of how much you're gonna gain per week. So in a month, your average male that's training completely optimal, which is very hard to do, by the way, not everybody's training optimally to the fullest extent, is around 1 pound of muscle to 2 pounds per month. You know what I mean? That's more realistic if you're training absolutely to perfection, which I doubt every single person is. I can honestly say I'm not training to absolute perfection, but I'm trying to get as close as I can to it. Those of you, do you know about Musclefood's protein waffles? Like, I used to get the maple ones, but these blueberry ones are so much better. So I've started getting these. If you don't know what MuscleFoodUK is, it's a website and they sell like fresh, loads of kind of gym related food. They sell chicken fillets and stuff like that. I think I have ordered chicken fillets, egg whites as well, because someone was asking me where do you buy egg whites in the UK. This website sells them, fairly affordable. Let me quickly run through what I've got. This is 2.5 kg of chicken. I've got 2 of these massive bags, which I'll separate in sandwich bags and freeze in the freezer. Oh shit! Oh, scared, I thought the bag popped. Turkey bacon, I love it. It tastes very similar to real bacon, to be honest, and I'm not bullshitting you. Tilapia. This fish is very cheap. I think it's 7 kg per bag. Very affordable, and it tastes really good if you cook it correctly. I think the final thing is chicken breast mince, and I think in the other box is some snacks and stuff. I'll show you that near the end of the video. You know what I've just gathered? I'm not the best multitasker, and that packing away my stuff was not working. I kept talking to you guys, so I'm going to talk to you guys and pack that separately. Anyway, as for back on this topic, there's a scientist, his name's Alan something, I'm forgetting his name at the top of my head right now. He'll be in one of the links below. Basically, he kind of had like an algorithm to kind of track how much muscle growth can be gained if you're like a beginner and intermediate, and like someone that's been training for years and years, someone advanced. He was saying for a beginner, per month, you're probably looking at more like 1% of your body weight to 1.5% of your body weight. So that's if you're a beginner. That's like optimally training if you're a beginner. Then if you're intermediate, he said something like 0.5 to 1% of your total body weight, and for an advanced it was a 0.25 to 0.5 per body weight, and this is per month. Yeah, that's more or less the breakdown he kind of does for that. And for example, if that was applied to me, I'm going to class myself here like an intermediate to probably beginner, so I'm going to go around the 1% marker. I'm around 156 pounds right now. So if by that knowledge, I am probably around I'd probably gain about 1.5 pounds of muscle per month, and that's if everything's optimal. And I keep using that word optimal to emphasize that this isn't just your personal training. This is like everything needs to be absolutely perfect, including your genetics. You know what I mean? For your average person, it's not going to be completely optimal, and I'm trying to re-emphasize that on purpose. I think of it now, let me do like an example. I'm going to use the example from the website. It was more or less saying, imagine like a newbie lifter, has never lifted any weights before, starts lifting, he's around 130 pounds. He can probably gain around 1.3 pounds of muscle to around 2 pounds of muscle per month, which is really, really good. So like in a whole year, in a whole 12 months, you're looking at around 15 to 23 pounds of muscle you could have potentially gained if everything was on track. Training, he's eating to grow, eating the right amount of calories and in a surplus, he can gain around that much. So with that kind of knowledge, say he gains that kind of muscle, obviously they're going to be fat with it as well, but we're going to talk about muscle. He's probably looking at his weight, his final weight after a year, around 155 to 160 pounds, and that person's muscle composition would be so much better. He'll have mass on his body as well as like obviously a little bit of fat, which gives him that kind of bulk kind of frame. And he's sitting basically after a year, he's gone from like 130 pounds to 155, but that's if everything's I'm gonna keep using the word. This is everything's optimal, like optimal. This is like an average kind of metric. Some people may gain way less, some may gain more, but it's kind of like the average. He kind of breaks down anyway, according to him, that's what I'm gonna say. And a few other websites I saw kind of backed up the same sort of metric. Like they didn't have the same formula as him, but like the amount they were saying per month for an average kind of person who's a beginner, intimate, whatever, was around the same. So I'm gonna go with that kind of theory as well. But there are many factors that can affect like this really. You've got your age, you've got your genetics, you've got the amount, well this kind of links into your age as well, your testosterone level. A younger person who's new to lifting is likely to gain a lot more muscle than say some 50-year-old that starts lifting, because his hormone level is going to be much lower than like a younger kid who's got, you know, he's ready to make them gains. You know what I mean? That's a factor. What else is there? There's your amount of sleep, the amount of rest you do between your days. There's a whole bunch of factors that can affect this, which is why I keep saying that it's very unlikely that one person's gonna absolutely hit all those metrics. You know what I mean? You gotta be that lucky motherfucker, and if you are, I hate you, because I'm not that person that has everything 100% together, including my genetics and everything. You know what I mean? Everyone's got that one friend that always can build muscle a lot easier, and it is what it is. So the moral of the story is, if you're a beginner, make sure you make your training as great as it can be. Like, try and educate yourself in nutrition, routines, basically everything as soon as you can. There's no real excuse really. The information is out there. There's YouTube, there's Google. There's a lot more ways to find out the correct information to build muscle. So while you're a newbie, if you're a newbie, try and make as much gains as you can, because obviously as the years go by, they slow down. Like if I could do my exact training routine I'm kind of doing now, when I was like 17 or 18, or when I first started, when I was like around 20ish, trust me, I'd be a whole different physique. But it's that learning curve, so you've got to try and make your learning curve as quick as possible so you can make as much gains as you can, which is why I make these videos, try and educate you guys in the flaws that I did previously, which is why I do these videos. It's like a vlog, so you can see what I used to do and what I do now. The main thing you can probably notice is that my diet is a lot better now. If it was better way back then, who knows what I'd look like. Same with my routine. I do a lot more drop sets. I feel a lot more fatigue in my muscles when I'm doing them. I feel a lot more burning sensation. So it's like you got to really limit the learning curve. I'm still learning. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to know everything, but I'm saying try and learn as much as you possibly can and stick with it. Consistency is key. I think that covers how long you can take to gain 1 pound of muscle. I think we've kind of covered most of that right now. A quick tip though to help with your hormones anyway. Like to get a big boost of hormones, training leg day is very efficient for doing that. So if you skip leg day, you're missing out on a whole lot of gains, because basically legs are your biggest part of your muscle. So when you're training them, they pump out a whole lot of hormones, and those kind of help you build muscle. So the biggest areas on your body when you're training them is how your body pumps out those hormones to help your body grow. So legs being the biggest muscle is what you should train the most. You know what I mean? So train your legs. If any of this information was new to you or informative, or I managed to explain it in an informative way, in an entertaining way, please share the video with somebody, share the knowledge out here. Also, if you think that I'm wrong and you have like an alternative perspective, feel free to let me know in the comments below either, because like I like hearing different people's perspectives to different things. So I'm down for that. Alright, let's see what's in this one. What they have sent me a whole bunch of pre-made meals, their Live Clean range. So I've got pork and rice and Korean vegetables, Persian lime chicken with couscous and minted peas. Like my fussy eating self here is gonna have to learn to eat this shit. steak and mushroom sauce and potato, granny and veg. So yeah, that is all 3. There's only 3. I have a feeling this video is going to be like an overlay in the end of the gym footage. But anyway, I got my chicken stuff. I'm going to make my stir fry wraps. Okay, let me show you what I got from Lidl. 5 gala apples. I do love my apples. I normally have like 2 a day. 1 sweet potato. This is the tip about sweet potatoes. Make sure you get a good sweet potato that's nice and thin like this. They're so much easier to chop. Like for example, when I make this now, I'll wash it. I'll just literally chop them like that in circles and then put them in the oven. When they're too thick, you gotta try and make fries out of them. You gotta cut them, flip the potato over, cut it again. If they're this thin, you can easily just chop, 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 chop like you would with a banana and literally put it in the pan. So that's a TJ tip. Gems by TJ. Then I got my wraps and then I got myself just some basic eggs, 15 of them, and that's me good to go. I also bought some easy peeler clementines. I love these. 2 of these are like 33 calories. What's good, people? Just finished our session. See Mr. Shawnee boy there. Are the gloves still on? You took it off? Oh shit! I don't know. I would turn it around, but I don't want to show my license plate. It's two what's called in Chiracos. Be quick. Parked right next to me on purpose.
This one looks so sick.
That's because his one's clean. Anyway, people, I did a little deadlift at the beginning. I hurt my back. I'm blaming Sean. See, my wake up tomorrow, yeah, my back's hurting. Remember, Sean did it. He put me out of commission. As I was saying about my deadlift, as you guys know, injured my back. Today I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it easy. If I do deadlifts with Sean, I'll only go over 2 plates. Sean was like, oh, let me just throw in an extra plate, and I was like, okay, let me try 1 rep. Did that 1 rep, and straight away my back was hurting. I think I may have kept the footage in there, so hopefully my back just stops hurting tomorrow, because throughout this whole session now it's been hurting. And anyhow, that 1 little setback again sets me back another how long? I'll be so pissed. Hopefully this topic helps any of you. If it did, share it out to a friend, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, and follow me on Snapchat, ChillinWithTJ.